Hi, and welcome to Geno's Sports Wrap. I know, a little under the weather, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it fast. You're going to get some great insight, great jokes, run with it all week. But you know what we do. We get you caught up on the week in sports, so let's get right to it. Baseball season started. It didn't start in Tokyo, stop it. And it didn't start on that Wednesday night game. It started this weekend, people. So we're going to talk about the AL East. Don't worry if we don't get to your division. 159 games left. But the AL East is the story. It's upside down. The Baltimore Orioles swept the Twins. They're all alone in first place. And they did it convincingly. Their pitching staff took shutouts into the 8th inning every single game. And the guy actually had a no-no yesterday. All right, so real story. Yankees and Red Sox both winless. 0-3 for the first time to start a season like that since 1966. Unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, they played great teams. The Yankees went down in 3 to the Rays, who look great. But it's the way the Red Sox lost to the Tigers. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people take them to win the series. But it's the way they went down. Because never has it been more obvious they're in trouble with no reliever. Sure, they let Papelbon go. You can kind of stand by that. But now with Bailey down, who is their bullpen? Aceves and Melanson? Please. Opening day, they are up 2-0. They come back, they tie 2-2, blow it in the 9th. And then, never was it more evident than Sunday's game. Yesterday, they were up by 3 in a back-and-forth game in the 9th. They bring in Aceves, and what does he do? Blows it just like that. Then it goes into extra innings. They lead by 2 in the 12th, or the 11th, excuse me. What happens? They bring in Melanson, and he blows that and gives... They blew 2 3-run leads in that afternoon, people. Get this stat. Melanson and Aceves, 2/3 of an inning combined, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 blown saves. That doesn't bode well for them, especially when you realize those two guys blew more leads in an afternoon than Jenna Jameson did in her entire career. The Red Sox are in trouble. They have no bullpen. By the time Bailey gets back, it may be too late. And I said it before, I'll say it again. Keep an eye on those Blue Jays. All right. One more baseball story. If you haven't heard yet, it's going all over baseball, even this morning. Over the weekend, Ozzie Guillen said, "I love Fidel Castro." Now, I know, it's the funniest thing I'm going to say this whole video. But what he was drinking, and he was trying to say, I like how everyone tries to get rid of him they can. He's saying, look, he's kind of comparing him to himself. Look, I know this is going to come bad. This is going to be like me sitting outside Schindler's List, the movie, trying to sell copies of Mein Kampf. It could be misunderstood. I'm just saying it's good literature. But in Ozzie's defense, look, he lives right near Cuba. He's trying to kiss up because he can use a pitching staff come the middle of the season. Bad move, Ozzie. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Basketball. In case you're still a fan of basketball, God bless you. I don't know how you can be after watching the NCAA and seeing what goes on. Yes, the Knicks beat the Bulls 100-99 in a thrilling game yesterday. And a lot of people are saying this is a preview of what's to come. Don't kid yourself. It's not. I'll give props to Carmelo for his one game yesterday. 43 points. That's his best outing ever as a Knick. And I'll tell you something else. The way he did it. He hit a game-tying 3 with 11 seconds left. And then he hit the game winner. Another 3 with 8 seconds left in OT. Yes, it was Rose's first game back in 12 tries. And he had 8 turnovers. And he wasn't really himself. But this is why I don't like hoops that much. Literally, the Knicks led that game by 21 points at the end of the first quarter. And then at one point in the fourth quarter, 3 minutes left, the Bulls were up 10. Why? Because that's what basketball's like. You get to wait till the fourth quarter. But I'll tell you something. I haven't seen that violent a swing in a game since 2004. You remember when Ron Artest was beating up fans in Detroit. There were some big swings in that. Look, I'm not here to bash basketball, but Carmelo upsets me. Because in the 7 games without Lin, and since the coach is gone, they let, D'Antoni go, suddenly he wants to play. Without Lin, he's shooting 30, he's averaging 30 points a game, 49% from field goal range, and 40% from the 3-point range. People, suddenly he wants to play, and you think he's going to do great in the playoffs because he's not. Don't ride on the Knicks in the postseason. They will be one and done. Lin's not going to be in the first series, and he won't be back in time to see any postseason play. And finally, we got to talk to Masters, people. Bubba Watson, congrats. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Becomes the 3rd lefty ever to win the Masters along with Phil Mickelson and Mike Weir. And what a dramatic day. If you didn't watch it, this kid, Louis Oosthuizen, who cares? People, he had the first albatross ever on the second hole of the Masters. For those of you who don't know what an albatross is, it's 2 things. 1, it's 3 under par. It's another shot under an eagle. And an albatross, for you literary fans, is what hangs around your neck. Like in Tiger Woods' case, when he kicked that club on Friday, that will also be an albatross for him. The media will have a field day with that. But people, if you didn't see this finish, oh, what can you say about the Masters? Bubba had 4 consecutive birdies on the back 9. He was tied with Oosthuizen on 18. They tied, went into the first overtime. They both parred the 18. Then they went to the second hole, the 10th hole. They both had terrible tee shots, but Bubba had an incredible hook on his second shot. Last time I saw a hook like that, yeah, it was Ron Artest in 2004. Look, I have a problem with him. The point is, people, you should have saw if Oosthuizen didn't take him out on the first hole, he wasn't going to win on the second. Because if we've learned anything from prison films, guys named Bubba like to shoot for your second hole. That's where he took him out. That's why I won the Masters. Congrats to you. I'll see you on Tuesday with What Are the Odds?